Shabbat Shalom. What role do you play in a group? When you're all together, there's a bunch of people, could be at work, could be among your friends, could be any variety of situations. What role do you play? Are you the person when you're talking about something, you're just negative all the time? I'm not sure I want to do that. I don't like this place. This isn't really good. I'd rather go somewhere else. That's a bad idea at work. Are you that kind of person? Or even worse, are you the kind of person that when something comes up and you're in a group, for example, at work, ideas presented, you kind of leave the presentation and then you start to, man, that's a terrible idea. You start murmuring. That's a terrible idea. That's a horrible thing to do. I don't want to do that. Are you against that proposal? I'm against that. That's what this week's portion is about, in part. This week's portion, Bahalotecha, is about, we find the children of Israel wandering in the desert, of course, and they're kvetching, they're complaining, they're murmuring, they're sniping. Nothing's going right in their minds, even though they're free. It's difficult, but they complain. We had it better in Egypt. This isn't good. That isn't good. We don't like what Moses is doing. We don't like this. We don't like that. And this is the section of the Torah where we find that the children of Israel receive their punishment for all that complaining, for all that murmuring, for all that sniping. Their punishment is that they will spend 40 years in the desert. The generation of people who are in the desert, who left Egypt, will have to perish. The text actually says, your carcasses shall remain in the wilderness. And we know that only a very few people, Joshua and Caleb to mention two, will be allowed to see the promised land. And the reason for that had to do with this sin in God's mind of the sniping, the murmuring, the complaining, the kvetching that constantly went on. And no matter what God did, this is from God's point of view, no matter what God did, it was never good enough. The lesson I take from this is that we need to be people. You need to be a person. I need to be a person that is willing to hear something, experience something new, and see the good in it. Be a Joshua, be a Caleb, be the kind of person that gets the group going, that encourages the group to say, yes, we can do this. This is a good idea. Going to this restaurant is a great thing. We're going to have a great time. Yes, this plan at work, it's going to be good for us. Things are going to go well. That is what we read about in this week's portion about the children of Israel, sniping and murmuring and kvetching and complaining constantly. And even though they're kvetching and complaining over seemingly unimportant things, what happens? They receive a harsh punishment, about the harshest punishment God could possibly mete out short of death. You, the children of Israel, will wander for 40 years in the desert, and you won't even get to see the goal. You won't get the goal. You won't get to see that which I brought you out of Egypt to see. So embrace that idea on this Shabbat. Embrace the idea of being a Joshua or a Caleb in the midst of the complaining, kvetching, sniping children of Israel in the desert. Shabbat Shalom. We hope to see you this evening in the sanctuary, 6:15 in the Gore Sanctuary, for a wonderful service that will be a way to end your week and usher in Shabbat in a way that will lift your spirits and make your souls soar. Shabbat Shalom.